Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Monson Brewing Company, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get together live here on Facebook and also on YouTube, where we handpick the best headlines we can find to share with you. And we handpick your best comments, questions, ideas, suggestions to bring to the table. And we create not a college. Why did I say college? I meant to say a cocktail of nurturing connections, or at least that's the general intention. If you live here in Puerto Vallarta, if you're an English speaker, or maybe you're planning a vacation, or maybe you are counting days to come back, we always come here hoping that we'll have something new to contribute. And today is no exception. It is April the 30th, and it is a pleasure to be here with you, particularly in the midst of challenging days for me. I want to acknowledge the enormous amount of love and support I have received from so many of you over the past few days. I am very, very grateful. My heart is full. So we're going to go on with life as usual because that's what we do here. We show up every morning. I was having a conversation with my friend, dear Stan, um, our community partner from Neurofeedback, and if I can tell you just a short anecdote, when we first met socially, just to get to know each other, he used the expression to show up, showing up, and how important it is to show up. And I mean that literally and figuratively, to show up for your friends, to show up to be part of things, to show up to engage. And it's funny because I was telling him this morning, I am grateful for the fact that you shared that phrase with me and it pushed a button. And I do think that showing up, participating is important, which reminds me, and I was going to do this later on in the broadcast. Yesterday, I was so wrapped up in my reality. I had every intention to check in with my Canadian friends, with those of you who had this very important election, and I would love to know how you are feeling about this. I know what I've read and I've looked around, but if you don't mind, just sharing a short phrase about how you are feeling regarding the outcome of your election, it would help me become better educated in terms of what's going up north. I hope the new election moves your country in the proper direction, in the right direction, and I hope that relations between Canada and Mexico continue to strengthen. I know that President Sheinbaum sent a nice congratulatory note to your new prime minister, whose name I need to remember. He will not be my future ex-husband. Um, that's just me. But I would love to hear your comments as far as what is going on. And I see the first one. Excellent. We'll come back to these later on. But Kathy, very happy Canadian here. I this is not about agreeing or disagreeing. I just want to know what you're feeling. But enough with that. Let us get started with our news. And this I found truly, truly interesting. Whereas we would think that everybody's excited about new piers and whatnot, environmentalists in Puerto Vallarta are concerned about the construction of two new piers on the municipal coastline in Mismaloya and one right here in Puerto Vallarta on Camarones Beach. Representatives of several organizations have called a press conference to take place on Friday, May the 2nd, to discuss what they describe as a threat posed by the construction of these new piers in what has been called a nautical ladder. That's a direct translation for an escalera náutica, which essentially means better routes, nautical routes to increase traffic um, on the waters of our bay. And of course, this, according to the environmentalists, is a threat to the whales, manta rays, and turtles of the bay. So the press conference will take place on Friday at Ecotours Vallarta, and I won't be able to attend, but I will be very curious to learn more about this other side of the coin, which I believe is extremely important. And this is also very important, although not very pleasant. You are looking at this man looking slightly pissed because he has just been extorted by traffic police here in town to deposit a bribe to the policeman's bank account, even after the victims alleged that, okay, so we've made an infraction. We are going to get fined. We will pay the fine. And apparently, the policeman would not step down, and they said, no, you have to make a deposit, or we will take your car." So they ended up having to make a deposit to a portable ATM chingadera. And when they got home and checked their bank records, they realized that the money had been sent to a virtual account without any clear information as to who the owner of the account is. So that is nasty corruption, if you ask me. All I can say is, first of all, don't get stopped if you can help getting stopped. I mean, what I'm saying is don't break the law, don't drive too fast, et cetera, et cetera. And if you get stopped, refuse to pay for the fine. I don't know what else to say. I haven't been in that situation in a while, but it is somewhat alarming that this is now happening more and more here in Puerto Vallarta. I hope the local government is paying attention. And here are some good news. Mexico's economy grew surprisingly during the first quarter of the year, driven by a strong recovery in the primary sector that offset a deterioration in industrial activity. Primary activities, which include agriculture, fishing, and mining, rebounded by 8.1%, their best performance since 2011, after suffering a severe collapse in the previous quarter. President Sheinbaum has reiterated that the economy is doing well, despite the uncertainty linked to the United States trade policy and tariffs, and has questioned the forecasts of private analysts and even the other experts regarding a contraction for the country in 2025. And I had put this as a reminder to myself to ask you about Canada, but I already did. I am looking forward to reading some of your comments after we take a look at the weather forecast and, of course, our second half. Let's see what we have. Click the share button to send this forecast to all your social media pals. Well, in a way, we are doing that by sharing it with the cluster, so we don't need to push any stinking buttons. Tómala. So for the 52 of you that are watching and the rest of you that are going to watch later on, I'm happy to report that it is 27 degrees right now. Humidity is at 67%, and it's probably going to stay up there for the rest of the season. Our forecast for today says we're going to have humidity with mostly clear skies, but a few clouds may be wandering around. We can expect a high of 29 and a low of 20. Then on Thursday, we can expect mostly cloudy skies in the morning, Thursday being tomorrow, hello, with mostly clear skies in the afternoon, a high of 30 and a low of 20. 20, where is that parrot? What do you mean a low of 20? That is horrible. See, even my arrow is going crazy. Put that arrow away, Paquito. And then on Friday, we're going to have a humid day with mostly cloudy skies, a high of 29 and a low of 19. What do you mean a low of 19? Where the hell is that parrot? No, we don't need the pooping bunny. We need, well, maybe we need the pooping bunny. No, let's have, we need a laugh around. Yeah, enough of that. So today is Dia del Niño. Today is Children's Day here in Mexico. Every year on April 30th, thousands of schools, families, and communities in Mexico celebrate Children's Day, a day dedicated to recognizing the importance of childhood, promoting children's rights, and providing moments of joy and togetherness for the country's littlest ones. The celebration of Dia del Niño or Children's Day is not exclusive to our country. Its origin dates back to 1924 when the first World Conference on the Welfare of Children was held in Geneva, Switzerland. At that conference, the fundamental rights of children were highlighted and a call was made to the world's countries to work towards their protection. Subsequently, in 1959, the United Nations General Assembly approved the Declaration of the Rights of the Child on the rights of the child, and it was adopted, which establishes universal standards for the well being, education, health, and comprehensive development of the child. Now, each country is free to choose a date to commemorate this day, and many celebrate it on November 20th. However, in Mexico, Presidente Álvaro Obregón and his Minister of Education, Jose Vasconcelos, officially established April 30th in 1924 as Children's Day, and ever since then, we have been celebrating Dia del Niño or Children's Day on that day. So bring out the child in you or be special to children in your life and have a happy day. And speaking of happy days, well, if you are in Guadalajara, there's going to be what is called, as they say, it's the largest balloon parade in the world. It is produced by something called, um, oh my goodness, Balloon Parade. That's what the organization calls it, and the theme is going to be inspired by the bottom of the sea. This is an international balloon parade which will bring together 13 world class artists from Brazil, Italy, Mexico, Russia, Taiwan, and Hong Kong, who will bring to life impressive inflatable sculptures that will travel through the streets of Guadalajara on May 4th at noontime. I was going to go to Guadalajara this weekend, but then things changed, and I'm happy to stay put. Now, the latest pop up art show organized by Hecho a Mano is taking place today, right around the corner from my place, not far from here, at a coffee shop, at a nice cafe called Café con Cielo. This is going to happen today from 3 o'clock to 8 p.m. If you are in Versalles or La Vena or nearby and you wish to stop by, it is a great opportunity to shop for handmade products made by local artists. And of course, today is Wednesday. It wouldn't be Wednesday with another performance by Amy Armstrong and her band, Mimi and Eugenia. And they're getting funked up. I love it because whenever it comes to Amy's performances, you can trust that she will change things around. Now, can Amy get funked up accompanied by a violinist and acoustic guitar? I have no doubt. Every single time that I've seen Amy perform with her buddies, Amy and Mimi, every performance has been different and every performance has been special. So if you want to support Amy, who has kindly supported our cluster and our pursuit so many times, this is a show that I never cease to recommend. And if you're hungry this weekend, this is this is Gina Hendrix's forte: prime rib with real horseradish, mashed potatoes, vegetables, juice, and bread. It's a reservation day. It's a special prime rib night. It's going to happen on Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. 400 and I think it was 450 pesos. I don't remember. Oh yeah, it's right in front of my nose. 495 pesos. So this is something that you may want to take advantage of. And this is what I found for you. Of course, I have other reminders of things that are coming up later on down the line. But let's switch over to see what is on your mind. Yes, my nose is still a little congested, but I'm feeling much better. I see good mornings. Thank you very much. And of course, a good afternoon. The pollen hit where I live with a vengeance yesterday and today. My eyes are so red and swollen, you'd think I just finished smoking a big old joint, says David Dunphy. I remember getting really bad allergies on springtime in when I lived in Boston. So I feel for you, my friend, and I hope there is plenty of medication to help you uh, deal with the symptoms. Um, Thank you for that, Mary. Watching from YouTube. Yay. Um, I've been a cat person all my life, and I've had a feline companion every single day since 2021 when I first moved to Puerto Vallarta. So it is a little strange to be without a feline companion. But then I am also embracing these new feelings of not having a kitty cat or two around the house. Uh, Hello, Albert. Hola Cluster. Oh, Albert got to meet Luna in person. Hola Cluster from Center having some bad back issues and just wanted everyone to know that Pam Thompson Webb is an incredible resource for referrals to excellent doctors. Could not handle this episode without her. Albert, I am sorry that you are a little um, that you are in pain. I hope you're not in much pain, but I hope you're finding what you're looking for. Um, I hope you feel better. And I'm glad to hear that Pam Thompson is helping you make the right connections. Larcito. Yes. Larcito's counting, and I'm happy. Hey, have fun at the concert or whatever it is that you're going to. Uh, oh my God, I'm blushing. Well, that feels good. Anyhow, ooh, our pollen is so heavy. Here we rake it. Here we rake it up. Well, I'd be terrified at that. Oh, thank you, Michael, who is Canadian, says super happy with the results. Thank you. That is good to know. Vicky, how happy are you with the results of your election? If you're watching from Vancouver, I'd be curious to know. Eric, I'm so glad you're in town for a few days, and I do look forward to spending some time with you in the near future. Oh, this is from Albert to Karen. This one is a life changer. So that that is not having to do with the elections, I suppose. Let's see. Michael says, super happy also. Tomorrow is May 1st, Labor Day in Mexico, and I get the day off. Good for you. That is great news. Disfrútalo. Susan says, happy to let you know how happy we are with the new government. Also very happy with our relationship with Mexico, and hugs for you regarding Luna. We'll miss her too. Oh, Luna. She was awesome. She used to sit down here. She was absolutely awesome. Great. Glad elections over. So much on TV. Election time will tell if we have good leader. Okay. Thank you very much for that. That's why we never rent a car. Bribes act. Yes, absolutely. Well, but to not rent a car because you're afraid you're going to get bribed, I think that's a legitimate concern. But then it's also a matter of just driving carefully. But each person makes their own choices. Ooh. Canada sure made a better decision than the idiots in the U.S. Well, yes. Well, I'm not saying yes to agree or disagree. I'm just saying it's it is what it is. What can I tell you? Uh, I don't think comments made on YouTube show up on Facebook Live. That is actually correct, James. I can see the comments from both sides, but unfortunately, if you're watching on YouTube, you will only see YouTube comments. If you're watching on Facebook, exactly the same. Well, you will just see Facebook comments, and that's just the nature of the beast. Um, ooh, let's see. Our next prime minister has real world experience. He was the head of the Bank of Canada for many years and led the Bank of England through their Brexit issues. Extremely knowledgeable on financial matters. I am hopeful and time will tell. Thank you for that, Kathy. I appreciate that very much. Um, let's see. Dun dun dun. Ha ha. David says, still love that parrot. I say it many times starting when I punch in for work. Oh, hold on. I'm so happy to be able to laugh with you, but my cough still betrays me. Um, Peace is key to moving forward, says Joanne. Thank you for that. Um, let's see. Eric says, I'm always not here for Gina's special events. Well, knowing Gina, Eric, I am sure she would do something special for you if you asked. Uh, she's just that kind of gal. Let's see. Harold says, we are going to Gina's prime rib night. Yay, congratulations. Oh, God, man. Big hug to you, Paco. We are with you. Rest in peace, Luna. Oh, she's watching from afar and she's like, keep on going. There's a cue here from Chris. So sorry for your loss. Our pets are family member. Absolutely. And it's heartbreaking when they leave us. It is heartbreaking, but I am very much celebratory of what she gave me and what I gave her. I never raised my voice. She always had what she needed. She made me laugh. We played around. I mean, it's just perfect. I'm just grateful that her suffering was not very long. I mean, just a week ago, she was still her sassy self. So that's the best way to go, if you ask me. Will I miss her? Absolutely. But I will also celebrate her every single time. Let's see. Oh, I can see a hint. Almost ready for my coffee of the morning to get closer to my free loyalty reward. Yes, I don't have my card in hand, but when you have coffee at Cafe Rio at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work, you get a punch on your loyalty card. And with so many wonderful treats over there, who wouldn't want to have a coffee at Cafe Rio? Kate says, Hola Paco, I finally cut a live while actually live. I love it. I love your show. Little insights into the things I don't see around Vallarta while visiting. You all the best. Or wishing you all the best. So what are the little things that you guys notice? You see, I love the little things too. And I'm always fascinated by the things that other news outlets or information outlets fail to cover. And that's the stuff that I like to get excited about. The things that make Coffee and Headlines unique and special. Meggie, as in Peggy, I got your thoughtful note. Thank you so very much. Thank you for being here this morning. I like seeing you. Mary says, neither candidate was a great choice. Another minority government. Have to wait and see. Well, again, we always feel that way with new government here in Mexico. And certainly that is the case for Puerto Vallarta, and certainly that is the case for our federal government and also our state government. So I hope it goes in a favorable direction, Mary. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Paco, it's time to adopt another needy dog or cat. You know, Albert, I'm going to wait. I mean, Albert, Harold, I'm going to wait. Uh, uh, I'm going to wait a while. Again, there's been the presence of a cat in my life every single day since 2020. So I'm going to explore what it feels like to be without a cat for a little while. Um, and when the time comes, I'm sure that Destiny will send uh, clear messages. And the universe will send clear messages. I think that's what I said. Let's see what else. What else? I think we're done. Thank you very much, everyone, for another day of connection. This nurtures me so much. And thank you for everything you do to spread the word about what we do. The rest of the day for me today is a fun day. We don't have any interviews scheduled for today, so I won't be at the joint this afternoon. However, there's a lot of work to be done in the continuous improvement of our website, which is starting, but just barely starting to look awesome. I'll keep myself busy with that, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning for more coffee and headlines, and hopefully tomorrow afternoon for Oh That One. Yes, our music appreciation presentation. So much looking forward to that. Thank you.